took Superlek just 49 seconds. 49 seconds, guys, to put Jonathan Haggerty out. Jedi, I'm going to start with you because you were the one who said that Jonathan Haggerty was going to be too big for Superlek. So what do you have to say for yourself now this Sunday?
All I can say is that we can't trust the English to do anything. So, not surprised, but I am a little shocked that it was done so quickly. I mean, the guy literally threw one shot and it was over. It was worse than watching Conor McGregor versus Jose Aldo. It was like it wasn't even a
Yeah.
fight. Even Super League was like, "Yo, it's done." What happened?
Now that you mention that, it
You
was
didn't even
very
know.
reminiscent of that McGregor Aldo fight. Yeah,
It was, yeah.
definitely, definitely. Jedi, anything
So
else to say?
yeah, I mean, I guess the Super League is now the One Punch Man. So congrats to him.
Congrats indeed. Shout out to Super League, the kicking machine, getting it done for Thailand.
One time.
Brother Gaia, you of
Yo.
course said that Super League was going to be too much for Mr. Haggerty, and on the night he was.
Yeah.
What do you see in terms of, or what did you see in terms of more detailed analysis? I know there wasn't much to go on; it was 49 seconds, but
Yeah.
how did you see it playing out from your perspective?
Um, Look, I was just as surprised that everybody else was. I thought the fight was gonna go more than a couple of rounds at least. But Jonathan Haggerty doesn't really always go the distance if you look at his past fights, especially when he's having title fights. The common thing I noticed, I think I'm not sure if I brought it up in the preview, is that he's notorious of getting hurt in title fights, even though he wins them. Jonathan Haggerty has been dropped in almost all of his defenses, which I thought was something that Superlek was going to exploit. Now, I think, if I'm not mistaken, Superlek did come out after the fight mentioning that he was actually training that elbow for Haggerty because he notices Haggerty is open mostly when he throws the overhand right. That's usually his go-to weapon as well in terms of Haggerty. So Superlek, and I've seen him use that elbow in the past in a lot of fights, but usually for as a defensive weapon rather than an offensive weapon. Throw the elbow in the guard, and that's exactly what he did. And dude, that completely stalked him. I thought I was not happy. I was completely surprised. But for me, either guy who would come out on top, I would have been quite happy because I enjoy watching both gentlemen fight. But now Super League's doubleweight and two-sport champion, and dude, that's very big for the Thai fighters, especially for Super League because I think this is now a 12-fight win streak, if I'm not mistaken. So, dude's an absolute menace for the bantamweight and featherweight, flyweight. And looking forward to seeing who he's going to line up with next. Can't really say too much on the fight because there's only 49 seconds, as you mentioned. But in that 49 seconds,
Rematch.
Haggerty did look like he wanted to be aggressive. It looked like he was trying to sort of utilize what he was mentioning, his power and size. But like I said, I always felt that Superlek had more tools to the game, and he showed it. So yeah, good congratulations to Superlek, dude. I mean, the dude is top of the echelon in the one championship.
Absolutely,
Rematch, bruh.
absolutely. So yeah,
A
speaking
rematch.
of rematch, we have someone in the comments actually mentioned they'd like to see him fight Rodtang.
Yeah,
And there
I
was also
agree.
talk of a rematch. So
Ooh,
where do you
Super
guys
League.
stand? Yeah, where do you guys stand on this? I'll go to Jedi first.
I would agree with that guy saying that Rotang is he's more deserving of getting a rematch because he hasn't lost since then. So
Mm,
he should get a rematch now to fight for the belt at flyweight. He must
yeah,
make Super Leg come down. That'll be more
yeah,
in his favor than him trying to go up and fight Super Leg there. Not that Super Leg he's a bantamweight. He also just went up, but he is a bigger, he is a taller dude. So I would
mm,
say let
mm,
Rotang do it, and then Haggerty probably has to fight somebody else to make himself like the guy that has to be next.
mhm,
But
mhm.
I mean, I'm sure if they fight again, the fight will be different. Obviously, you know what I mean. It's just one of
Yeah.
those things that's how it happened.
Yeah, it's a fight at the end of the day. Brother Gaia, your thoughts here?
Look, I'm not against the idea of the rematch just because of the fashion of how the fight played out. It was very quick, and obviously both guys we all know they're highly elite strikers. So I don't know if the fight will play out the same way if it goes into the rematch. I still would probably go with Rodtang, but I think the best fight to make going forward would probably be a rematch with Rodtang for the flyweight Muay Thai championship, and not Because I think Superlek is the flyweight kickboxing world champion, not the Muay Thai world champion. So if they would fight each other, it would most likely for the flyweight Muay Thai, which that means Rodang will put the title on the line. I just think that the rematch between the two of them would be probably more entertaining. And like Jade said, Rodang hasn't lost since he lost against Superlek. He has won one fight since then.
Yeah.
And it would be nice. It would just be a really good fight to watch the two guys go and give Haggerty some time because that's a bit of a tough pill to swallow to lose in that kind of fashion. Also coming in
True.
as the bigger, more aggressive, more confident kind of individual and taking that kind of lick. I think he's going to take some time just to recoup.
Mm-mm. For sure. Jedi, any final thoughts here?
Yeah, I think it's gonna be interesting on what he decides he wants to do. But yeah, as we say, you'll have to go back down to defend that belt there. You know what I mean? Either that or he has to give the belt up and stay bantamweight. We'll see what happens.
I think Superlek wants to defend both titles simultaneously. I don't think he has an issue going making the weight. I think maybe flyweight is a bit tough for him because we saw when he fought Rodang, he struggled to make that weight. But I mean, there could be a lot of other reasons that could have contributed to that. As for Haggerty, he still has the kickboxing bantamweight world championship around his waist, so he can still defend that. You know what I mean? So options are available for the guy. So we'll see. We'll see if he wants to make the rematch instant or he'll give it to Rodang.
All right, boys. Once again, congratulations to the Kicking Machine Superlek for getting it done in spectacular fashion.